Hi, everybody. Have you ever found yourself in a new situation, one of leadership? Well, my community has asked me to assume a leadership role. And with that, I lean back and say, what have I learned about leadership? One of the things that I have learned is that there's not one single definition that encapsulates all the many aspects of a good leader. But in this week's Parshat Pincus, there are two that are really excellent. And it's about the transition of the leader Moses to his successor, Joshua. Chapter 27, verse 16, Moshe refers to God as the God of the Spirit, the Ruach. And he says, help me appoint you, the God of the spirits, a leader. Now, why does he refer to God as the God of spirits? It's to say that the leader should be able to relate to the different types of people. Everybody sees the world a little bit differently. And God, you've instilled your unique Ruach spirit into each person. And each person sees the world and relates to the world in a different way. The leader should be relatable. He should be able to meet the people where they are. Second, verse 19. God commands Moshe, V'amadita, I want you to stand up Yehoshua in front of everybody. Now, I understand you want to stand him in front. You want to make a public display, have an inauguration. But the Netziv points out, and I've heard this from my Moshe Tarian, the word V'amadita is used when we talk about selling slaves. Now, today we, thank God, have abolished slavery. But in days of old, they would take a slave to the market and stand the slave up in front of other people. It's embarrassing. It takes away a person's dignity. But the Netziv says this word here is to remind the leader that they are in service and servitude to the community, to others. And that's really important, not to get a big ego, not to become prideful. I heard a story this week about the founding rabbi of my synagogue, the Riverdale Jewish Center, Rabbi Dr. Jack Sable of blessed memory. And this person told me that when they first came to the community, they saw this man who was putting away the books and cleaning up the shul. And he thought he was the shamash, the sexton of the shul. Turns out it was Rabbi Dr. Jack Sable, the rabbi, the leader of the shul. And what he learned from that was that leadership, you do what is necessary, and there's nothing beneath you when it comes to the needs of your community and to meet those needs. Well, Rabbi Dr. Jack Sable was a true leader in that sense. And that's something we all can learn with our families, our friends, our workplace, to be able to be relatable, to understand that everybody sees the world a little bit differently, and two, to understand it's not about us, but it's about what we can do for others. Anyway, have a great Shabbos Mavarchim, Shabbat Shalom, and if you like what you hear, again, please pass it on. Please consider subscribing.